still to come. Let's talk about this fantasy real quick before we get into the good stuff. Fantasy football, usually when we get to this area, I am a little bit more enthused. I'm a little more excited. But last week, since we weren't together, I wasn't able to tell you that last week or week 12, I should say, or let's see, this is week 13 results. So week 12 was some bullshit, to say the least. A couple of my guys got 0 points. I think that was the week Travis Etienne had 0 points and Tyler Higbee got me 0 points. And then I had a couple of buys that were crucial. Christian McCaffrey, and I think that may have been the week that Tom Brady and them had a bye. I'm not sure, but either way, I had a couple of duds, and it made it so that this week here, or week 13, I'm going to talk about I had to win the game, and a couple of people had to lose in order for me to make the playoffs, y'all. I was in fourth place on the Ascension, and then the last couple of weeks, the last 2 weeks of the season, last three, I lost two out of the three games, and it just plopped me out of the playoffs. It was just fucking crazy, man. I don't know how it happened. I had one of the best rosters. I know I had one of the best rosters. It just came to be that this year wasn't my year. I'm not gonna be a hater. Big ups to everybody that did make the playoffs. I'm gonna talk about the playoff bracket and the consolation bracket and all that bullshit a little bit later. But let me get into this week's scores. I beat Jason 145 to 96. I thought I was gonna put up big points enough to actually sneak into the playoffs if Sean lost. I'll get into Sean's game a little later. I'm not gonna skip everybody else. Tay won 125, beating Dijon, knocking him out of sixth place, which I thought was incredible because he had Lamar Jackson and he had to go deal with that injury. So I thought that was gonna catapult me to getting in the playoffs, and I thought everything was gonna be all good. But Tay did beat Dijon 125 to 87, securing himself the second seed in the playoffs. Congratulations for that, and knocking Dijon out of the playoffs essentially. This game here, though, Sean beat Kyle 143 to 138. I thought Kyle was going to run away with that game. I thought he was going to do me a solid and just kick his brother out of the playoffs and allow me to go in there smooth with the sixth seed and just kind of like mosey my way to a championship. But no. But goddamn no, it's crazy. He set a big precedent at the beginning. We thought he had a big enough score for us to just walk away with it and it be done. But I think he has a couple of players. He has two players left. Kyle scores a total of 138, and Sean is down a big amount of points. But I think it's a receiver. I'm not too sure exactly who it was that Sean was able to get him just enough points to make him down by like 12 or 13 points. And the last player that he had left was fucking Taysom Hill against the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers allowed Taysom Hill to score a touchdown pass as a receiver wide open and score a game-winning touchdown. Well, essentially for Sean, not the game-winning touchdown for the Saints, but securing Sean as the sixth seed in the playoffs, at least taking Dijon's place. Then Yancey beat Derek, which I thought was good, but Derek had a lot more points than me. So him losing was good to bring him down to my record, but it wasn't enough to have me beat him in total points. So Yancey beat Derek 122 to 16, thanks to Will Lutz, a kicker that just kept kicking field goals for the Saints that put him in the wing. So I was like, yeah, Derek's coming down. Maybe I can beat him in points. That didn't end up happening. Then Jeremy was able to secure his spot in the playoffs by beating Damon 122 to 103. And then lastly, John beat Deshaun 124 to 122, which also dropped him down to the same record as me. But due to him scoring 122 points to my 145, he beat me by about 15 points. So he got the six seed. Sean was able to get the five seed, and it went down like that. And that was just so actually Sean was able to get the four seed since Derek lost, and he beat him in total points. So shit just went crazy. I wasn't able to make the playoffs, and the playoffs schedule go as follows. This week we have Kyle has a bye with the number one seed. Congratulations, Kyle. There was the last couple of seasons he has been plagued by injuries. Wasn't able to make the playoffs. I don't know if he made the playoffs or yeah, he wasn't able to make the playoffs. He was down and out. Christian McCaffrey got hurt, but he got the bye this year. Gets to sit back and wait and see who wins out of Sean and Derek. Sean's the four seed, Derek's the five seed. I think Kyle takes the lower seeded winner since he's the one seed. And then Tay, who is in second place, gets that second bye as Jeremy and Deshaun battle it out. for that to advance in the essentially wild card round of the playoffs. Jeremy's 3 seed, Deshaun's the 6 seed. So whoever wins that, uh, Tay is pretty much going to take the higher seed out of those people. So if Deshaun wins, Kyle's probably going to play Deshaun. If let's see, if Derek wins, then Kyle plays Derek. So it kind of just comes down to the place, and you know what I'm trying to say. On the consolation side, which doesn't really matter, it's bullshit ass shit. I got the first place for the consolation bracket being 7th, so I got the first bye, and Deshaun got the second bye. And we await the winners of 11 seed Yancey or 11 seed Jason and 10 seed Yancey, and then 9 seed John versus 12 seed Damon. Me and Dijon wait the winners of that. Because last place, I guess, does matter because you will get the coveted toilet trophy if you come in last place. So yeah, man, that was fantasy football in a nutshell. We'll continue to, report on it. I won't be a poor sport about it. I'll keep talking about it for the boys, you know what I'm saying, and still represent for the winners because this is going to keep going. We'll see who actually wants to continue because this is big money on the table. First place 450, second place 150, and third place gets your money back at that $50. So we're gonna break it down 1, 2, 3. Everybody gets a little love, everybody gets a little money. Thank you for participating. Last place gets a toilet trophy. Hopefully, Damon still has a chance not to get last place. So hopefully he goes out there and make it does what it do. But yeah.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. The best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias.
You are now listening to the Best of Bias podcast.